Hey, what's up, you guys? Okay, before we start the show today, I'm very excited because we have a new sponsor.
Yay! People like us.
More than my mom. This is squarespace.com,
Mm-hmm.
the all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to create your own professional website or online portfolio. If you go to squarespace.com and use the offer code Shane, you can get a free trial and 10% off.
I mean, even I can do it. It's super easy.
I mean, it's Lauren proof.
I mean.
All right, you guys, let's start the show.
You're watching Shane Dawson and Friends, where the excitement never ends. So open your ears, sit down and relax. Pushing Enable Plus the f***ing cap in your ass.
Yay!
Yay!
We were just discussing before that at some point we should have somebody sing the theme song.
Like somebody like good.
So not you.
So not me. It's like, and then Shane sort
and
of.
maybe me, but not really me.
You? No.
You know what? My singing is on the level of like Selena Gomez. Like I can carry a tune. I'm not great.
I think it's Hillary Duff without all the production value.
Aww.
Oh.
All right. Well, speaking of music, we have a lot of music stuff to talk about.
Well,
today.
I have a lot of things. I have a list.
Okay. I have a list too. And let's just jump into it.
Okay.
I know the monsters are clawing right now.
Clawing.
Wait,
out of their caves. Out of their graves.
Lady Gaga came out with a new song called
did.
Applause,
Yep.
Applause.
I don't even know what it sounds like.
She sounds like when I do my Cher voice. Or she sounds like my mom character. Holler for the applause, applause. So here's my question about it. Now, first of all, God, 2 years ago when she came out with that motorcycle album, good Lord.
I mean, you know I'm a Gaga fan.
I know. Listen, I love Lady Gaga. No, I don't.
You don't.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't like that kind of music. I'm not really into that. But I like her as a person, and I think she's very hardworking. So I like her.
Okay.
But that album sounded like somebody dropped their cell phone in the toilet.
The one from 2 years ago?
Yes. It was like every song I listened to like the previews on iTunes, and it was like I just heard beep, 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 oh yeah.
Sounded
Like, take your phone out of the toilet and put it in a baggie of rice.
Listen, I enjoyed the album from a couple years ago. I don't know what's going on right now.
No, but here's the thing. A couple years ago, I thought that album. Okay, let's think about the Edge of Glory. Okay, which okay,
An anthem.
So, you're always on the edge. Side
Side
note
of a building wanting to jump off. What?
Side note. Lady Gaga says she's the future of music, right?
Okay.
Which, like 5 years ago, yeah, I agreed. But now everything she's doing sounds like it's from the 80s, so I'm a little confused.
Well, I think that a couple of songs from the last album a couple years ago definitely sounded very Madonna-esque. This one, I don't know. This Applause, I don't know what it sounds like.
Well, you know what Applause sounds like to me? It kind of reminds me of like you're at a drag queen show.
Which you frequent, so you would know.
Speaking of which, Lucas Cruikshank's coming on tonight.
Yay!
No, anyways, so you're at a drag queen show.
So he really is coming.
And
Very
he's coming everywhere. The biggest drag queen walks out, right? She's the biggest, the blackest, the craziest.
I love her.
Her name is like Spaghetti Hot Dog.
Right.
Just something like raunchy.
Right.
And the lights go up, and everybody starts screaming, and you hear dun 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 dun. I'm like, applause, applause.
I love
like
it.
It's like a drag queen anthem.
Oh my God, it sounds. Honestly, that sounds so fun.
Wait, so did I just make you like the song?
Kind of.
Mission accomplished. No, so my thoughts on Lady Gaga's song are I think she needs a friend who's honest with her. Because listen, that's why I have you around. Because when I start doing something stupid and crazy, you're like, hey Shane. Well, pretty much all the time you tell me that I'm stupid and crazy.
Right.
Lady Gaga needs like a negative friend like you.
She needs a me.
She needs a Lauren to be like, hey girl, that song sounds like a drag queen anthem.
Hey girl.
And maybe you should change
Hey
it.
girl, you got a penis I don't know about, you tucking? Girl.
Okay, so which
Okay.
leads us to all of this Perez Hilton drama.
Okay.
Now, I mean, I don't even know where to start.
Well, I haven't been paying that much attention. So can you explain?
I have.
Can you explain it to me and those that don't know?
So I stayed up till 4 a.m. stalking both of their Twitters.
Of course you did.
And Lisa,
I thought he loved her.
let me get to that. Lisa walks out and goes, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh my God, so much drama between Perez Hilton and Lady Gaga." And she looks at me and she goes, "I'm really close to being done," and just walked back to bed. I'm like, okay, great. So basically what happened was a couple of years ago, I guess Lady Gaga and Perez had a falling out. I'm guessing it's because Perez Hilton probably got clingy and maybe Lady Gaga was like, this motherfucker is crazy.
Because when I used to read Perez, and I broke up with him, but when I used to read him a couple years ago, they loved each other. He loved her. It was a love fest all around.
By the way, Perez, if you're listening, which you're not, It's your fault that Lady Gaga's here. You created her. You put her on the front page of that fucking website every day.
He really did. He was huge. Yeah.
Anyways, so I still read Perez Hilton. You know, I still follow him on Twitter and stuff. So I was following all this, and basically what happened was he was shopping for apartments, and I guess he looked in her apartment building, claiming he didn't know it was hers. Which, by the way, I mean, come on, you know it's hers.
Right.
You hear cell phones, crazy noises coming from the rooms.
Sure.
You smell meat. Does she still do that? Wear meat dresses?
I don't think recently.
Anyways, so a fan tweeted Lady Gaga and said, "Oh, Perez Hilton's outside of your house." So then Lady Gaga tweeted to everybody, "If anybody sees Perez, take a picture. I want proof that he's there." And it turned into this crazy like fight. And Perez was like, "I'm here because I'm looking for apartments for my son." And then all the monsters
For
started.
his son? Does he have a child?
Yes.
Oh my God.
You didn't know this?
Do you know that I saw him? Yes, he was walking down the street with a child, and I was like, "Is that Perez Hilton with a child?" I saw him.
First of all, if you saw Perez Hilton walking down the street with a child and you didn't think he had a child, why didn't you call the cops?
Well, because first of all, I broke up with him. I thought I really didn't like. I know he's on this like I don't hate on people anymore.
Oh, please.
But I was like I knew it was like, even though I'm obsessed with celebrity and gossip and everything, I was like, this is actually like making my brain cells disappear. So I'm gonna stop reading this. So I really, really didn't know that. I really did see him recently in Los Angeles with a child. Yes. Oh my God.
And hair plugs. Which are...
Oh my God, I can't believe I was right. That's so funny.
Okay.
Anyways. Okay, sorry, go on.
So then it became this huge Twitter war. And I mean, it's so ridiculous. It's embarrassing for both people. Listen, Lady Gaga, you're a talented person. You're hardworking.
Was she pissed that he was at her house? Her house?
I don't know.
Understand.
She was upset because he's making fun of her a lot on Twitter. And I agree. He's making fun of her too much. But it's like... Get over it. Lady Gaga, you're a billionaire. You have 1 million fans. They don't care what Perez has to say. Perez, get the fuck over it, dude. You have a website that millions of people listen to. You have a son. You have hair plugs. You're doing good. Like, why can't we all just shut the fuck up and do our thing?
I can't believe that.
Do you see me having a Twitter battle with, like, Smosh?
I can't believe he has a child. I'm sorry. I haven't moved on from that. It's so terrifying and really disturbing.
You know what? I'm going to start a Twitter battle with, like, Lucas Cruikshank.
No, Lucas is coming today, and we are not gonna battle with him.
It's gonna be hashtags everywhere.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
So then that brings us to Katy Perry's Roar.
Yeah.
I'd like your thoughts.
I haven't. I couldn't. I haven't.
You haven't listened to it?
No.
Do you need a reenactment of it?
Yes.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
I've got the eye of the tiger, a fighter, dancing through the fire, 'cause I am a
I think I have heard it. If somebody's mad, they're saying that she copied them or something like that?
Yeah, she copied some Sarah Bareilles. I can't pronounce that name.
Yeah. I think I did hear it, actually, accidentally.
But listen, I like Katy Perry. I think she's cool and stuff, but why does her voice sound so... weird in that song? And I don't, because she's a great singer.
I feel like she's trying to do like what Rihanna did recently in that one song that was like, oh God, I can't think of it, but she was like singing like that.
No, please sing it
wait,
for us.
I'm trying to think. I will. I have no shame, clearly. But she was like, what's the new song that she came out with? Like, what's the newest one?
I don't know.
All I can think of is Umbrella right now, which is obviously not the song. But it was like as if she was singing Umbrella. It was like umbrella, blah, blah, blah. Like it was just like this new style that all the kids are doing.
Oh my God! So there's a new style of singing where you act like you can't sing, which means you can be a singer.
Oh my God, yay!
Album drops in like 2 weeks.
So that's our thoughts on Lady Gaga and Katy Perry. I think both of them... Oh, Katy Perry, whatever. But I think Lady Gaga needs to simmer down. I think Perez Hilton needs to simmer down. And you guys should just hang out with all your money and chill. Because if I had as much money as you guys, I would not be having Twitter fights.
I mean, like, if I had as much money as them, I would just, like, go somewhere else. Like, I would just, like, enjoy, like, other things.
Oh, my God. We wouldn't be here right now.
No!
Oh, I would be so peacing out.
Oh, my God.
Okay,
done.
my last thing before we get to your UGG of the day.
Okay.
My last thing is pretty amazing. Demi Lovato has nude pictures that are around town right now, and
around town, what does that mean?
I don't know.
You saw them on a billboard? They're around town. I've seen them.
No, so she has new pictures, and people are supposedly shocked by this. I am not shocked by this because I feel like every girl has nude pictures in their phone, right? I'm sure you do.
Wait.
Every time I try to look at your phone, you freak out. You like put your password on. You delete things. Like I know what you're doing. I know you're.
Oh, like you're one to talk.
I have nothing on my phone.
I don't believe that at all.
Oh, please. No, but I mean...
I feel like you're always taking pictures of like weird parts of your body just to see if there's like a growth on it or something like that.
No, I do take naked pictures and delete them, but it's usually just for my sad body issues. I'm like, oh, do I look that fat today? I'll take a naked picture.
Yeah.
And then I do, and I delete it.
Yeah.
But Demi Lovato, so some of them are her
Wait, so
bathtub.
this was her... From her phone, somebody
Yes.
leaked them.
Yeah, she was in a bathtub. There's one supposedly of her in the middle of sex with somebody. I don't know who. I'm going to guess Wilmer Valderrama because they're together, right?
No.
Yeah.
They are?
Yeah.
Why am I? Have I got another planet?
Because you broke up with Perez. You don't know what's going on.
I know. I really don't.
So my question is, why do celebrities keep taking nude pictures if they know they're going to leak? Because you know they're going to leak.
I know. It's so stupid.
I mean, listen, you can take nude pictures because you're not a celebrity, but once you become famous...
There's some out there.
Of you?
No.
Oh my God, is there?
They're not Googleable. You're stupid when you're like 19, but they're, with like boyfriends.
But that was back when the pictures were like, ting, 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 and it was like those big cameras.
Yeah. You'd like sit and not move for like hours.
They weren't even pictures. Somebody had to paint you.
I was painted. Right. Yeah. They painted my body, then they painted the picture. Yeah, know what I mean? It was like totally a whole thing. Okay, can we get to my UGG of the day?
Okay, let's get to your UGGs.
Okay, my one giant UGG of the day. Lindsay Lohan on Oprah. I mean, talk about a Twitter rant, because I had one, and I think we were like tweeting, ranting around each other. I am so furious about this. It was such a bullshit interview. It was like the biggest softballs, and like she didn't mention anything. She like they talked about the movie Canyons that she's in, and Oprah asks her about it, and Lindsay was like, "It was such an honor to work with the director," and people were like shocked when I showed up to set on time. Didn't mention the 10-page New York Times article that the director of that movie wrote like a year ago, talking about what a nightmare she was in graphic detail, like every crazy thing, locking herself in trailers. It doesn't count when you get to set early and then you lock yourself in your trailer.
Do you think Oprah didn't ask her about Lindsay Lohan having a lesbian phase because Oprah has a lesbian phase and she's like nervous?
I think she didn't ask her anything real because she's paying her money to be on a reality show and she didn't want her to peace out. And she didn't ask her about the necklace that she stole. The most hard-hitting question that she asked her was like when Lindsay kept saying that she was spiritual and it was like getting to be annoying, and Oprah was like, what does that mean?
Wait a minute, are you telling me she didn't ask Lindsay why she did I Know Who Killed Me? That was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
And she kept kissing her ass. She's like, "You're really talented," and Lindsay and her lips were like, "Thank you." I really appreciate it. I want to get back to like who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm really happy when I'm on set, because that's real life being on set, by the way.
My favorite part was, all of it.
I'm so angry about it.
But also the lighting, because we saw Lindsay Lohan in person.
The lighting was
we saw Lindsay Lohan in person,
spectacular,
you guys, and
her face is melting off.
Listen, I love Lindsay Lohan, so I don't want to make fun of her, but she definitely looks.
I was excited. I was like, get into it, and like, did she get into it more than perhaps she had before? But it's like, and then my favorite part, which I actually read this and I thought of it at the time, but somebody else said this in some article I read, where in the end when she was talking about going to Europe, and like that Oprah was like convincing her not to go to Europe, and the dramatic ending when she's like, and Lindsay canceled her trip to Europe. And I read this article, is like oddly familiar to the season finale or the series finale of The Hills. Do you remember when like Heidi Montag in the end was it Heidi? What, or no, the other one.
Lauren Conrad.
No, Kristen Cavallari. In the end of the whole series was like, I don't know, I think I'm just gonna like take off and go to Europe. And her friend was like, yeah, you should. She's like, yeah, I know people there. And she's like, yeah, you should. Europe is a continent made up of several different countries. It was the stupidest dialogue, and it was like, yeah,
they treat it like it's like,
like it's Texas. Like,
oh my, that's so weird. I was just gonna say Texas.
Well,
how weird. We have an ESP.
It's big. The whole thing made me so angry.
You were very upset about it. I was really mad. Twitter ranting about it. Listen, I'm not that.
You were loving it. You bought it.
Listen,
you loved it.
My favorite part though was when Oprah goes, "Have you ever done cocaine?" And Lindsay goes, I've done it like 10 times. Okay, first of all, 10 is not a number like okay, if you're gonna say you've only done it a few times, say like, oh, I've only done it on like 5 times. That's whatever. Yeah. 10 is a lot, and you've done it way more than 10.
She's done it way more than 10.
That's like when girls are like, oh, I've only had sex with like 8 people. No.
I knew some crazy girls in New York that used to do. I don't think she's lying when she said she would do it so she could drink more, which is a terrible idea and awful, and never do that. But I knew some crazy girls in New York that used to do that. 10 times my fucking ass. Like,
well, somebody tweeted that knows Lindsay Lohan. I forgot who it was, but they tweeted 10 times. Yeah, she did it like 10 times with me in one night.
In one night. We didn't ask you your per night average, Lindsay.
Maybe what she meant was like she did it 10 times, but each time she did it was like, a huge bag. So like she was doing an equation basically.
No, actually, I think it truly is the opposite. She probably didn't do that much every time. So she's legitimizing it in her head. Like, I don't think, maybe I'm wrong. She probably did do tons, but it's more like the people that I know that used to do things like that, they wouldn't do that much, but they would do it like every night when they went out. So she's full of shit.
Long story short, I mean, she needs. First of all, Oprah needs to adopt her and tie her up and not
Oprah
let her
needs
leave.
to adopt me. I did good things in the world. Why does she?
Because look at her parents. Although, listen,
and then she wouldn't like own. Like that was annoying. Like I respect the fact that she was like not going to just blame everything on her parents. But then it's like, no, you could just say like, listen, my parents suck and make mistakes, and I have to own my shit, and like it doesn't matter what they've done. But she was just like, no, they're perfect, and we're all great, and everything's great. I hate her.
I mean, she didn't even mention the fact that her sister, Allie.
What is her face? Like, what is her face?
Her sister, who's like 14, had plastic surgery.
I mean,
and
to
looks
be
like
a model, quote
looks
unquote.
like a completely different
This
person.
whole thing, because I was ready to eat it up. I really was. I was really mad.
I was hoping Lindsay was going to be like, yeah, you know, sometimes I get so high on coke that I just suck 10 dicks and I don't even know where I am. And like one time I had sex with Amanda Bynes when she was like, I was expecting some craziness. And I got none of
You got
that.
nothing. Anyway, that's my giant ugg of the day. I was really mad about it, you guys.
Well, good for
So
you.
like tweet me about it. Like tell me your thoughts.
You're not going to read it.
No, I do. I read them, by the way. I do. I just
Please.
don't tweet
What are
anybody
your
back.
fans called? Because Lady Gaga has monsters and Lindsay Lohan has blowhands. So what would yours be?
Lindsay Lohan has like Low Anthony. I don't know.
So your name is Schnipper. Okay. So it would be Lauren's little
Schnippies?
little Schnipp stars.
Yeah. That's what. See, now you like it.
Oh, that's cute.
By the way, somebody did tweet me the other day that was like,
Oh my god, Schnippy, that's like if like you like were like having a circumcision.
it's like Schnippy. And I wanted to, I see, the reason I don't tweet all of these kids back is I want to be like, really? That's the first time I heard that one, idiot.
You should. You know what's funny?
I'd be so mean.
I was on pain meds last night.
Yeah.
And I was, pretty high.
Yeah.
And I was tweeting back kids things that I never usually would tweet back.
Yeah.
Like they would say things. I can't even think of an example because there were so many. But like this one, so Acacia Brindley.
Yeah, we're
her
familiar.
and like all her 12-year-old friends were tweeting me one night, and she tweeted with all of them @replied and me, and she goes, "You guys, like I just like want us pretty soon to just like all go out to dinner."
Yeah.
And I wrote back and said, "No, you're 12. I'm 25. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not hanging out with any of you."
Oh my God, that's
and it was because I was on pain meds, but it was so funny. So it's like I need to step away from Twitter.
Yeah, you really do.
So the last thing before we get to Lucas
Okay.
is Farrah Abraham time. God made a mistake. Which, by the way, somebody said that on Twitter that they were going to start a Kickstarter for us to raise $5,000 to get Farrah on the show.
Honestly, I think it would take like 2.
Wait a week. She'll do it for like 500.
Yeah.
Okay, so Farrah Abraham is, I don't know if you guys know this, but she's really popular on something called Keek.
No.
Her Keek is actually pretty popular too. It's been around. No, so Keek, if you guys don't know this, is just the stupidest thing in the whole world, and it is basically like Vine but worse. So
Didn't you just join Vine, by the way? I saw that.
I did. I do have a Vine @Shane Dawson. Anyways. So Keek, what they do is it's like 30-second videos, and it's like Twitter but with videos. So nobody's using it, but celebrities are using it because they're probably all getting paid to do it.
Sure.
Anyways, the top celebrities are, I don't know her name, but she's one of the Kardashians, but she's a kid. What the hell's her
Kendall
name?
or Kylie?
I don't, they
Those-
all look like fucking melted Barbie dolls.
Those are the 2 youngest.
And I don't mean melted as in ugly because they're cute. I just mean like, they're like small little Barbie dolls. Anyways, so.
Oh my God, did you used to like melt Barbie dolls when you were
Oh,
younger?
fuck yeah. I fucked a Barbie doll. Anyways, I'd straddle them on my, let's move on. Okay, so you have her, and then you have Farrah Abraham. She's like number 2 most followed on Keek.
Well, but how many people are on Keek?
I mean, she has like 1 million followers.
On Keek?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And all her posts are like just 30-second videos like, "Hey guys, so right now me and baby Soph," that's her name.
Sure.
She named her kid Soph.
Right.
Don't ask. Me and baby Soph are just making dinner right now. So like, what are you doing?
And this is a video I've got to watch.
Videos. And she does one like 10 times a day, and it's all updates on her life. And guess what's happening?
Nothing.
Fucking nothing.
Like nothing. But like, to be fair, like nothing. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think like we're doing anything that's my whole thing with these Vines. Like, I go through Twitter, if somebody like I skip it. I have no interest in watching you for 10 seconds or anybody for 10 seconds, like, or whatever it is, 6 seconds. Like, I find it so annoying. Like, I'm not enjoying now that we're incorporating like video into all this stuff. at all.
You know, it's funny. Like when Twitter first came out, I said to my mom, I was gonna say I said to a friend, but it was my mom. I don't have friends.
Yep.
I said, one day they're gonna make Twitter, but for video, and it's gonna be huge. And
Why don't you tell me these things? And then we'll make these things happen, and then we'll be all rich and famous, and then we can go away and.
And we can finally get Farrah Abraham on the show. We can afford it. All right, you guys. So we are gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we have the out. And proud, and loud, and roaring,
gorgeous.
He's applauding.
Woo!
Lucas Cruikshank. So come back. I can't even talk.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm so tongue-tied over Lucas.
It really is.
All right, you guys. We'll see you in a minute. All right, you guys. Hopefully you're enjoying the show so far. It's been so funny.
I mean, I'm hysterical.
So once again, I just want to give a shout out to Squarespace and thank them so much for supporting us and sponsoring the show today. So I want to give you a little more information on what this is because it's really, really cool and it's something that you probably want to use. So Squarespace, you can make your own website, fan site if you want, of Lauren.
Like a lot of fan sites for Lauren.
They have all these crazy designs. You can you can customize it. You can sell merch on there. It's just very easy to do. If you don't understand how to use it, they have 24/7 support. It's $8 a month, and you get a free domain name for a whole year when you sign up. Lauren Schnipper is a genius.com.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could get that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's available.
It's definitely not available. So anyway.
So if you guys want to sign up and make your own website, you don't need a credit card. Literally, you can just go there, get a free trial, and make a website about anything you want. You can make a website about me or One Direction. I don't care. Anything.
Biebs, Lohan.
The Biebs, Lohan.
Whatever you need.
You can tweet me the link to your website with hashtag Shane Squarespace. And I'll be looking at some of my favorites and talking about them on the next show. So go to squarespace.com and put the offer code Shane to get the 10% off, your free trial, and a pat on the back.
And please do support them because it helps us keep the show free for you guys.
$3.99, girl.
Free.
$3.99.
$3.99.
All right, let's get back to the show. All right, you guys, we're back with Lucas Cruikshank.
Yay! I'm
Now,
so excited to be here.
I'm so excited
I
to have
mean,
you here.
So excited.
He's showing a lot of leg. I just
You
want
are showing legs.
I'm just going for it.
I mean,
why not?
as you should. They're great.
It's so hot in the valley. Why not?
I mean, it's so hot.
it's
Why
hot.
wear any clothes?
It's so hot up in this valley. You know what I'm saying? Mine isn't really a valley. Mine is more like a forest.
Yeah.
It's hot up in this forest.
Yeah.
So what we were just talking about before we actually started. Well, first I saw Lucas in the whatever that is, green room,
Lobby, maybe?
lobby, whatever,
Sure.
and I gave him a real tight hug.
It was really tight. It was really sensual.
Your hugs are warm.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like I don't give genuine hugs. Was it a genuine hug?
Okay, well here's the thing. The first time I hugged you was at VidCon like 3 years ago or something.
I remember that.
But the funniest part was I was really playing it up because we were filming it, so I wanted to look nuts. Well, I mean, let's be honest, I was nuts. But I ran over and I gave you this hug, and I have it on film, and you were fucking terrified.
I remember they're like, Shane really wants to meet you, and I was like, oh, I thought he hated me, but I guess I'll meet him. And then I walked in and you were so excited and I was overwhelmed.
You were terrified.
You both had the same haircut. It was like a lot going
It was a
on.
lot to take in.
Yeah,
So
it
much going on.
is.
We both hadn't come out of the closet yet.
No. Totally.
No. So anyways, I enjoy his warm
Point
hugs.
Lucas. Go on.
Speaking of coming out of the closet, we'll get to that in a minute. But when we were in the lobby, he asked me. He knows I've been sick from Twitter. So really quick, I just want to explain to you how I got sick. And this is just a word of advice for you.
Okay.
So Joey Graceffa gave me AIDS.
I saw the picture of you guys making out. You're wearing a wig.
Oh,
It was just
Joey
using a
likes it.
wife beater.
Joey likes it though.
you know what it is? It's
He
like
makes you put on a wig.
and a bag. No, when I wear a wig, I can justify it. Like I'm like, this isn't gay. I'm playing a girl.
It's acting.
And for the record, they've touched tongues when he's not wearing wigs as well. So
That's true.
Whatever.
But anyways, he gave me some weird disease in my throat, and it went to my ear.
Oh my gosh.
But the problem is, I have really fucked up ears. Not to get depressing, but it's because I was beaten as a child.
Yeah. Moving
Oh
on.
jeez.
I know it goes there. Hashtag Degrassi. So my ear's fucked up. So fluid went to my ear and it got stuck there. So now I have this insane. I can't hear out of my left ear. And on Monday, I'm getting a little surgery and getting it fixed.
Surgery is always kind of fun.
Is it?
When I got my tonsils out, it was honestly the most fun experience of my whole senior year. It was the highlight.
Why? Did you?
'Cause I was
hate
like
everything.
I remember I was just like so out of it. I was having so much fun with the nurses. Like I was just I was just so high on life. I was
Were you
honestly
were you on like a lot of Vicodin?
I know they like gave me this stuff to calm me down before the surgery, and like after like 10 minutes, I was like, oh, I don't feel anything, and then like 5 minutes later, I was just like laughing.
Oh, I feel it.
I felt like I was at a party.
Is
was
that
so much
how
fun.
you got inspired to make the Fred channel?
No, this was like 2 years ago.
Oh.
I had made the Fred channel when I was 13.
How old are you now?
I'm 19. I turned 20 next week.
You are
though.
not 19.
Such a baby.
You're 28.
I turned 20.
I don't believe. You know what you are? You're like the equivalent of like who else? Like Lauren. Like
Yeah.
Lauren always says like, "Oh God, I can't believe I'm turning 30," and she's been saying that for like 5 years.
I was like, yeah, no, I say that just sounds right. That sounds like accurate
No,
information.
but for you, like you're one of those people. Like even Miley Cyrus, when she's like, "Oh God, I can't believe I'm turning 18," I'm like, "Aren't you 30 yet? Like, how are you only 19?"
I don't know.
I'm
I turned
25.
20.
He's lived a lot of life.
I've lived a lot of life. I can't believe I'm not going to be a teenager. How creepy.
I mean, there's a lot that's creepy.
You're
about
what
this.
you like fear right now.
Seriously, I'm turning into an old man.
Ew.
Now, okay, we're gonna really divulge into this whole gay thing later.
Gosh, I feel like I'm in a therapy
We're gonna-
session.
we're gonna-
For the
Dive
record,
right in.
for the record, when like Shane sent me the link on TMZ, he's like, "It's happened," and I was like, I mean, okay. Do you know what I mean? Like it's sort of
First
like.
of all,
I
I
think
didn't.
that was most of
But I mean-
everyone's reaction.
But not even just like, oh yeah, no, I mean, big shocker.
First of
but
all,
it's
I
just
didn't say it happened. I just wrote you and I said I'm wet.
Yeah, it was kind of more like I was trying to give you a little game there, but you know what I mean. Like it's not even like I'm sure, but it's just like at this point,
I was
I'm
so
like,
surprised by like the reaction. Like I knew that when I posted the video, like there'd be like some sort of curiosity because I mean everyone has been asking me since like
can't
the
believe it was
first
on
video I posted.
TMZ though.
But then like when I saw it was on TMZ, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
I'm on a tabloid.
oh my god,
I
congratulations!
felt, actually, it's not something to congratulate for, but
What do you
thank you.
mean?
My
You're
favorite part
welcome.
is that they posted the video of you saying you were gay, when in all reality, all they had to do was post your first video ever of you dancing in a onesie to Miley Cyrus's
Seriously
Nobody's
though.
Perfect.
Seriously though. So I mean, I was just surprised that like everyone was like acting like they were shocked.
Well, that's the thing. It's not even that. It's like, but it's just so like, not to get all like whatever. But I'm like, it's such like it's sort of a non-event at this point when people come out. Like, why do
Yeah.
we have to care?
It's still an event. It
is.
I threw a fucking party.
He
I had
did.
balloons. I
He
had
did.
popcorn. I was at Twitter all day, just like, what's happening? Who's tweeting him? What's going on? And then you,
Oh my god, Cher DM'd me.
Shut up.
She DM'd
No,
me.
that's an event, girl.
And like
Tell
she
me
DM'd me,
everything.
she DM'd me just saying proud of you, and I was like, oh how nice. And then I wrote back not expecting her to reply, and then she replied, and I didn't see it, and then she like wrote like 2 other messages because I hadn't replied.
oh my God, what'd you
What'd
say?
she say?
She was like, we should hang out.
Oh my
It's all
God.
happening. I'm gonna be hanging
my
out with
God.
Cher.
Shut up. This is huge. Now, this is a reason to be gay.
That
Would you
was
do
great.
something about this, Shane?
Shane, come out.
Shane, come out.
So we can hang out with Cher.
I don't see. You're too young, and I don't think you understand how unbelievably awesome.
I was
that
so
is.
excited. Like I know she's like kind of like almost like Madonna, or is she at the same stage? I don't know how it works.
Oh my God, you're such a baby. I
Like is
can't
this
believe
Madonna and this is Cher? Or are they,
No,
like, the same?
Cher is came way before Madonna.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Sonny and Cher. Okay, let me school you, girl. So Sonny and Cher were like the hugest. They were the biggest celebrity couple like in the 70s. Like they had a show whenever they had variety shows, and they had this messy divorce before they had. Of course, they had Chaz, who's still Chaz, but no other
Yeah.
girl. And she's huge. I mean, she's won Oscars. Oh
No, I saw
Monster.
Burlesque with Christina Aguilera.
Don't
Not-
bring that up to
Like,
her when
like
you hang
not
out.
what I would choose of her repertoire to bring up.
And also,
But-
side note, Cher, and I've said this on past podcast before, is my inspiration for my mom character.
But do you also know-
Really?
Hey, that's my mom.
Yeah,
It's Cher.
You realize my entire life, everybody's told me I look like Cher. I auditioned for the Sonny and Cher story like 12 years
Really?
ago. Didn't even make it past anything, but I did. I showed up.
Good for you.
My go-to Halloween costume. I'm freaking out right now.
Oh my
when did you
God.
hang out with her? I'm sorry. I, can't.
I don't know when it's happening. She said we have to make it happen soon, but I don't know if it was just like being nice, but like
Get back to her.
I'll have to reply her back and be
my
like, what
God.
about tonight?
Wait, so when you didn't reply to her right away, did she get mad?
Yeah, like, what did she
No,
say?
she just
Where
kept
are
replying.
you?
She was like, oh, how does it feel to be out? Like, blah, blah, blah. We should hang out. I love your friend Jenny. That's
Now,
her
did
thing.
Why
Part-
does she know who you are?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
so mad
She must have
right now.
just saw it on Twitter, I guess.
You
I don't
had
know.
to be. I mean, let's be honest. I love Cher, but you had to be slightly creeped out, right?
I wasn't at all, actually. I wasn't at all creeped out. I was just
Come on.
excited.
I'm
Listen,
so
if
jealous
Queen
right now.
Latifah, who's my queen,
I saw her once in the car next to me.
Dana.
She gave money to a homeless person.
She did.
like $2 in her Rolls Royce.
that's why she's my queen, girl.
You know what? She
I
is.
love her.
No, if Queen Latifah direct
Latifah?
messaged me, I mean, I'd pass out. But also, I'd be like, why is Queen Latifah direct messaging me?
No, I mean, I would literally you know how Shane's always like, I'm shitting my pants. I would shit my pants if I heard.
I was
if
really
got to meet
excited. I was at
Cher.
Cheesecake Factory and like I had a freak out. I was freaking
Wait, is that
out.
where you had like
As you do.
your gay day celebration at Cheesecake Factory?
No, I just happened to go there because I wanted buffalo wings and I went with my friends and then I realized Cher
Oh my
DM'd
God.
me.
That whole story sounds so amazing between the wings and Cher.
Seriously, it was so much good stuff happening.
I'm so jealous of
All
your
right, so
entire
let's.
life.
I'm gonna get back to your coming out story,
Sorry.
but let's back up. So let's talk about YouTube a little bit. You now, I was just explaining this to Lisa, not explaining, just talking to her about it, and I was like, you know what's interesting is Lucas is kind of like the first child star of YouTube. Does that make
That's
sense?
kind of true, yeah.
Because you were a kid and you were so popular, and everybody thought you were really young because of the Fred character, and now you're growing up and you're changing, and like so it's like you're kind of like our Lindsay Lohan. Hopefully it doesn't turn.
Yeah,
into
no,
that
you still
Lindsay
got
Lohan.
time though. You're not even 20
It could
yet.
happen.
So like, what does it feel like to look back on that whole area of your life? Do you ever regret doing the Fred thing?
No, never. I mean, people ask me that all the time, but I mean, I know like doing the Fred thing, like there was like a lot of like negative attention, but I guess at the time I was like 14. I just focused on the positive. Like I just knew that like lots of people were watching the videos and I was excited and I had so much fun doing them. And like my friends at school liked them. So I mean, I was just having fun and like enjoying the whole entire thing.
When did it start getting so hateful? Because listen, like the first time I saw a Fred video, I didn't look at the comments. I just watched the video and I was like, oh, that was cute. That's funny. And then I looked at the comments and I was like, oh my God. You would have thought you were doing like a spoof on Hitler. Like there was something so offensive about it.
I don't really know, to be honest. I think obviously it might be because of the voice. It's kind of annoying to like someone over the age of 13. And then like, I think people were really mad because they were like, oh, this is such an easy idea. Like I could have done this and this could have been me and that sort of thing.
Well, why didn't
Jealous, exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I didn't really focus on any of that. I was just having fun, and I don't know. Like looking back at like that period of my life, it almost feels like it was like a past life. Like, cause now that like the like
you were
coming
so
out video
young.
came or whatever,
Yeah.
and like it got so many views, I was like, oh my gosh. But then I was like, oh, this is like already happened to me. But like,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's like it's cool. It's like happening again. Like getting
Well,
back
but
into
it's
YouTube.
you. And I think that's a difference is I think everybody, and even me, I'm going to be honest, I never looked at you as a real person. You know, like when people leave hate comments and they don't look at you as a real person. And I always say like, I'm a real person, guys. I'm a real person. But I'm guilty of the same thing. When I would watch the Fred videos, I'd be like, I don't see him as a real person. And I remember this was a big moment for me. So I was on Twitter and I got a direct message from you and you were like, hey, I saw your Fred spoof, thought it was funny. You would have thought Cher direct messaged me. I shit my fucking pants. I ran. My mom was in the other room. I ran and got my mom. It was like 1 a.m. and I was like, Mom, wake up! Fred just direct messaged me. She's like, oh my God, what the fuck? Holy shit!
That's so funny.
And then you were like, do you have AIM? And I'm like, yes, I did not have AIM.
That's so funny that I said that.
I downloaded AIM. I didn't know what it was.
I was
Oh my
so
God.
into iChat back then.
I know, I downloaded it. My screen name was like Shane is Cray or something. And then we talked for like 5 minutes, and I made a couple really, really creepy sexual jokes, and I think I creeped you out. But anyways,
So how old were you?
I
Probably
like
what?
don't even really remember this. I remember I was like
It was
in
a-
a hotel room.
it was a long time ago.
I think and I think I messaged you because I saw like you made a video with like Joey Graceffa congratulating me on getting 1 million subscribers or something.
Oh, that's
Do you
right.
remember that? That was so long
Oh
ago.
my God.
You were doing Joey Graceffa videos out
Oh, I was
longer?
doing Joey Graceffa.
That
Right,
is
right,
so
right.
weird that you guys have known each other that long. It just hit me. But yeah, then
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, that's so cool. So I wanted to thank you or whatever.
Oh, well, so that's what I'm saying is that like I never looked at you as a real person until not that long ago. This is going to sound really weird, but even when you came over to my house and we did the Shanae interview, I still had that feeling of like, oh my God, it's Fred. Oh my God. Because you were like the fucking like Justin Bieber of YouTube. Everybody knew you.
It's true.
If you put Fred in your title,
Who
you
had
would
the
get 1
haircut?
million views.
Who had the haircut first, do you think?
Me and Justin Bieber. I don't know. All I know is that I copied off Zac Efron. So Zac Efron's the original.
Okay.
Let's be honest, I had the original.
I was going to say.
I've
you're
had this since high
You're
school.
like 42. I mean, you've had
I'm
that
like
for-
45.
Yeah.
But now I definitely see you. I see you as a real person, and I think
Well, that's
everybody's
good.
starting to see you as a real person.
Thank you. I think.
Yeah, that's good though. I know what you're saying because I guess like I kind of had to transition, I guess, from like Fred and let people realize that like that's not me. Like it's just a character I created when I was 13.
Well,
so.
even the thing of like, I remember when I saw you on Tyra, and I was like, it's so weird to see him out of the element of being Fred. It was just it was like seeing a teacher at like Target buying tampons. It's like, oh my God, what is she doing here? It's like, what is Fred doing outside of his bedroom? It was very, very confusing to me. So let's talk about the Fred thing. So the Fred thing blew up. You were like a kid, and I mean, how did what happened? So did you get called from Hollywood and they're like, "Hi, this is Hollywood"?
You were living where are you from?
Nebraska.
I was gonna say Nebraska.
I mean, the videos. I think they started getting like really popular when I was like 14. I don't really know. That's when like the press got involved and like started writing about it, and it was like a real thing.
Like, what do your parents think? They're like, we don't know what to do about this.
Yeah, so like people would contact me, and it was like kind of like, I guess people like who weren't really that like relevant in an industry, like agents that were just like working on their own or whatever. And I like was with some of them for a bit, but then I remember I was like, oh, I want like a real agent. So I like looked up on IMDb who Miley Cyrus's agent was.
Oh my god, good for you. Good for how would
and
you
I was like, because I like loved Miley, and I was like, I want to have a career like Miley Cyrus. This is 14. So I emailed her agent, and I was like, hey, like my name's Lucas. These are like my stats on YouTube, like blah blah blah. And he emailed like right away and was like, let's meet. And then
oh my god.
So I started working with him in UTA, and that's kind of how everything started, I guess.
So what was the plan? Because now I'm going to be honest, I used to watch all the Fred videos because you were the biggest thing ever, and like everybody was watching. And I noticed that there was a change, and because your original concept was your mom was an alcoholic, you were like this crazy kid. It was very kind of dark and like really funny and creepy, and story of my life. And then it started to get toned down, and I remember there was one where I thought it was really funny, and you were talking about having herpes.
And I had to delete it.
And then it was gone. And everybody was like, what the fuck? So what happened with that?
I think it was because when I created Fred, like I wasn't like trying to be edgy or anything. I was just like using, like I grew up with like 3 older sisters. So like I always was like kind of like listened to them and they're like inappropriate humor, I guess, or whatever. So I like just did that. And then when I started working with Nickelodeon and started like trying to get a show or whatever, I remember I kept posting the same videos, but then like people would call me and they'd be like, Lucas, like you have to edit this out, or like this was too much, or like this isn't going to work.
Was this
if you
like
want
way
a show.
after you had posted them and you started working?
No, it was like right when I posted. I think I was like 15 when that herpes one came out. I remember they called me like right away and they're like, you have to delete this, Lucas. Like we're trying to pitch a show for you. Like this isn't going to be good or whatever. So then I think after that I kind of like started filtering myself, which probably wasn't the best idea, but it happened and I was young, so.
But you also started going crazy, because I remember the point where so
I did have like an Amanda Bynes stage.
You kind of did, because some of your videos, I remember one specifically where you played a character wearing like a Michael Jackson wig.
And Claudio, like I look back on those videos and I was like, I was like a lunatic.
You were like putting Fred, like it was very like meta. It was like you were like putting Fred in a cage and you were like taunting him and telling him that you owned him, and I was like, is he playing his manager? Like it was very like,
it was, I don't know, I remember like my managers called me after that like, these are interesting. I remember like the comments were like, what the hell, like this is scary. Kids were like, I'm scared of Claudio, and I was like, I can't keep doing the character, like I'm legit scaring people. And I showed them to my mom, and my mom always tells me the truth, and she's like, they're funny, but like it's kind of creepy.
I thought it was amazing. They were my favorite.
Claudio,
I was such a psycho. I mean, I like repressed those memories. You're like bringing up so much of my past that I repressed.
Oh, good. Oh, it's gonna go there. So then after that, I'm going through your whole career. I'm very excited. I know all of it. So then after that, oh my God, I just went blank. Claudio. Oh my God, what was the next one?
Doug Durkee?
Yes. So what happened with you created a character?
I like wanted to create a new character on YouTube because that like seemed what everyone expected me to do. Everyone was like, oh, he created this big character, so like he should create another one. So I was like, oh, I guess I could do that. So I just started like brainstorming and came up with like this whole like Doug Durkee. I don't even really remember what it was about, to be honest. But like I remember it was just like really creepy, and like I had like a minor mustache in the video, and like
yeah, you played like a nerd or something.
But like I don't know, I remember it went over like horribly. Like I was so embarrassed because like the next day like everyone was like writing such bad comments because I guess like Fred is such a big thing to live up to.
Yeah.
So I mean, I honestly didn't even want to make another character because like I don't know, I think people like viewed me as like this guy who's like many characters, like Saturday Night Live or something. But I don't think that's like what I want to do. I mean, I love playing characters, but I think it's like cool making videos on YouTube where it's just like personality driven instead of character driven. I think doing characters is fun too, though, obviously.
So when did did the music come after the movie?
Oh my gosh.
My nephew,
I think I made the Christmas album.
My nephew, the Christmas is creepy. I mean,
No, wait. Don't even get started, because I wrote this down because I forget.
You have no idea.
So
I made the Christmas album before the movie, I think.
Well, Fred's Christmas is Creepy at one point was the #1 most played song on my iTunes.
Shut up.
I'm not kidding. Me and my brother we jokingly bought it because we're like, oh, this is stupid, and we listened to it over and over in the car, and we thought it was funny to like roll down the windows and like laugh and like drive and like have people hear it on the streets.
And then they're like singing to the top of their lungs.
But then we'd be like, snowman king life, like we fucking we belted it. I hit high notes, And I remember the first time I was in the car, it was like 2 days before Christmas, and we were on our way to get a Christmas tree or something. And I heard, we were flipping through, and Radio Disney came on, and I heard it. This is going to get really pathetic, guys. I heard it on Radio Disney, and I started crying.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, like laughing, crying, or like
No.
just like YouTube crying, like
Crying.
emotional YouTube.
Emotional, because I was like, oh my god, like he's on the radio. And
Yeah.
I was like really emotional about it. I think I even
Oh, that's
tweeted
so
about
funny.
it because I was like, this is amazing because you were the first YouTuber to really cross over, and I'm like, this is a big moment.
Yeah.
I remember I felt so cool recording those songs because
Oh my God.
I was like 15, I think, and I was recording with the producer who wrote "Best of Both Worlds" by Hannah Montana.
Yes.
And I was like, "Did Miley sing into this microphone?" And he was like, "Yeah, she did." And I was like,
You were
"Oh my
like, it's
God."
happening. Like,
Miley was in this like
I
sketchy
called
house.
the agent, and I made this happen like years later.
Wait a minute. So did that? Did you have to sing it in your normal voice, and then they pitched it?
Yeah, it was so weird. Like I was singing all this Christmas music in like the summertime because we recorded it beforehand, and I had to like sing it like 50% slower in my regular voice, and they'd speed like the whole track up. So like even the background music was slow, so it was like I was like singing like
Oh, that's so weird.
a really like trippy like possessive like devil song.
Those
So
are my
weird. Like
It's
snowman.
snowman.
It was so creepy.
Those are my favorite videos on YouTube, though. I don't know if I'm sure you know about this, but it was amazing. People will slow down all the Fred videos, so it's like your normal voice.
Oh my god, I saw those. Are so embarrassing.
No, but the best is they did it with the music.
Oh my god, I saw those. Why?
It's so funny.
I was like, I don't have enough singing talent to record an album. Remember the producer was like, yeah, like I remember I was like, I don't know if I can like sing this, like it's like kind of too high, and he's like, it's okay, like we'll auto tune it or whatever. And sometimes I would sing it, and he'd be like, oh, you're singing a bit too on tune, like we have to auto tune it also, just keep singing like how you were before. Like I was singing too good, like he wanted me to sing worse.
Well, I
at
thought you were
you.
gonna try it because when I heard the songs, I was like, oh, maybe he'll next come out with an actual like album. So you're not trying to do that.
No, I remember people like wanted me to, but I was like, oh, that'll be so embarrassing. Like, there's no way people would ever take me seriously as a recording artist.
I fucking
Because I was like,
loved
what
it.
type of music would it be? And they were like, I don't know, like Jesse McCartney. And I was like, no, I'm out. That isn't gonna work. Like me, like singing about like a crush or something, I would die. Can't do it.
Now, so then the movie came about. Now, what were your thoughts when they brought this to you and said, hey, we want to do a Fred movie? Were you nervous about it?
Well, actually, it didn't happen that way. It happened because I was having a lot of meetings with like Disney Channel at the time, and like they had me guest star on Hannah Montana and stuff, and then like they just weren't going to use me anymore. So I was like, oh, what should I do now? Like Disney Channel doesn't want me or whatever. So I like told my agent, I was like, they always had told me they wanted to do a Fred movie, and I was like, no, that would be like, I don't want to do that. But then finally, I was like, I actually do want to do it. Like as long as like I get to meet with all the producers and like really be like involved in the creative process and get someone on board who like isn't just going to make it like so. Like not something that it wasn't. So
Is that what happened? Did you get? Did
yeah.
you
So I
get-
met with Brian Robbins, who's done like a bunch of stuff, and
Yeah.
it ended up being really good. I mean, obviously it was for Nickelodeon, so it couldn't be like as like subversive as the first videos. But I mean, I was really happy with it. And it was such a good experience.
Now, side note, you brought it up, so I'm bringing it up. Hannah Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, go back to that day and tell me everything about
Oh
it.
my gosh, it was so cool. I remember just like being so nervous and like thinking it was so cool. And like I remember I was filming the scenes with her and like I wasn't even talking to her. I was just like listening to her talk to like the crew and stuff. And I was like, she is so cool. Like, I remember like she was like 16 and she was like talking about like drinking vodka and Diet Coke. And I was like, she's cool. She's a badass.
Now, like, did
You heard it now. You heard
You
it
heard
here.
it here first. Wait, so like, did you like, you didn't hang out with her afterward?
No, we didn't. Like, we didn't even exchange numbers or anything. I remember, like, she just, like, I saw her, like, at the Teen Choice Awards, like, that year, and we, like, recorded, like, a thing for the Teen Choice Awards. But other than that, I never have seen her.
Like, was she nice to you? Was she
Yeah, she was super nice. She was super cool and, like, wasn't, like, a diva or anything. Like,
How
she
was Emily Osment?
Emily Osment? She was cool, too. Yeah. I mean,
Really, she's kind of a cunt on Twitter.
is she?
I really like her, but all her tweets are bitchy. They're all like, ugh, I hate music nowadays, right? Like every tweet is just like
Oh, I
very
hate
angry.
that.
I feel like we'd love her.
That's how Drake Bell is, and I love Drake Bell, but all his
Yeah.
tweets are like, oh god, I hate the world, and I'm like, I mean, come on.
To be honest, like, I really didn't get to know them because, like, you think when you're filming a show with someone, like, you're gonna be, like, hanging out and stuff, but I was, like, I was 15, so if I wasn't filming a scene where you're not even being yourself, like, they'd pull me away and I would do school and that sort of thing. So you don't really have a time to talk to anyone.
What other show? Oh, you were on iCarly.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Me and Miranda Cosgrove are girlfriends.
I love them.
Don't
They're
even get
all
me
so
started.
nice. I loved that show too. It was like so well done for
Now,
a kid show.
Tell me more. Okay, so Mandy Crosby. I've never actually met her, but me and her DM on Twitter all the time.
Oh my god.
No way.
Yeah, we're like friends. We both grew up
big
in
deal.
Long Beach, whatever.
Whatever.
So, okay, so there's Miranda Crosby, who's
Mandy
awesome.
Crosby.
Now, Jeanette McCurdy. I had a Twitter beef with her like 4 years
Oh my
ago.
god, I actually remember this.
So
like, wasn't it like you, her, and What the Buck?
Don't get me started. So what happened was What the Buck. If you guys don't know this, What the Buck, he's going to be on the podcast soon. He's one of my favorite people ever. He
I
does
love him.
Celebrity gossip on YouTube. Check him out. It's youtube.com/Buck. Anyways, so he said something about her. Oh, fuck, I don't remember exactly what it was, but she tweeted something like, oh, she unfollowed him. And he goes, why'd you unfollow me, girl? And she goes, I can't have my fans seeing your kind of language. And he's like, as if kids don't know what the F word is? Are you kidding me? So then I tweeted like, are you fucking kidding me, bitch? Like, you think you're all high and mighty because you're on Nickelodeon, but in real life, you're probably going to get pregnant and whatever. I just went crazy. And then I made a video about it and whatever.
What is wrong with you?
And then she direct messaged me and she goes, why are you so mean? And I was like, oh, I didn't mean to be mean. Oh my God, whatever. So then I apologized and we were fine, whatever. I saw her in person like not that long ago and she acted like everything was cool. And I'm like, okay, don't kill me. So my question is, how was she? Is she really nice in person?
She was super nice. I remember like when I recorded the iCarly thing, she was like a big fan of the Fred videos at the time. So like she was super nice and like we would like, she asked me a bunch of questions about how I made them and stuff. And like we talked about like ideas and stuff. And I still talk to her every now and then. I mean, I think she's like really busy with her new show, but I hung out with her like 6 months ago and she was doing pretty well. So
Good.
she's really talented. She's really funny.
One day, me and Jeanette, we're gonna hang out, like
I
for
mean-
real. She told me when I saw her, she's like, oh, we should hang out, and I like shit my pants. I was
was-
like, okay,
That was really
sure.
cool.
That was a lie.
Sure. And then, because I'm like, I thought she hated me. And then she goes, yeah. And I said, yeah, She goes, where do you live? I'm like, oh, like Studio City. And she's like, oh, I live. And she like pointed to where she lived. And I was like, oh. I'm like, is she inviting me over? Am I going over? Am I hanging out at her house? Oh my God, what's happening? Does she think I'm Lucas Cruikshank?
Was she like into you? Was this like, was she like, did she have like a thing?
No, I
Was she
don't
like
think
into
so.
you?
Are you please?
I don't
Date
know.
Fucking
Jeanette.
kidding me? I'm one coming out video away from coming out. Anyway. No. So.
Stop trivializing what he's done. Horrible.
Okay. So, oh God, let me see. What do I have to get to before we get to this whole gay thing?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm reading through my notes. Okay, Tyra Banks. Oh, Tyra Banks.
Well, that was so much fun.
How was she?
This is the same thing. All these stories are so boring because honestly, I didn't even get to meet her. Like the only time I talked to her was in the interview, and then I was like whisked off stage.
Well, she tried to be Fred, right? Like you were there, and she's
Yeah.
like, "I'll do a Fred voice too," and she did it, and it was like cringeworthy. Were you in your head just like, "Girl, stop"?
I remember like before I went on stage, we did like a pre-interview where I did an interview with Tyra. I interviewed with like a producer or something, and they were like, and then like you're gonna tell her you want her to do the Fred voice, and you guys are gonna do a little scene, and I'm like, what's the scene gonna be about? And they're like, you'll just make it up, like you improv, right? And I was like, I guess, I don't know. Like,
Did they bring out like a pool?
No, we just like went on this. We were like went on like the floor and we're swimming or something.
What?
Oh,
I don't know. I just
Tyra.
did it for the free trip to New York. It was really fun.
Oh, and that's right. And you were the first YouTuber to have shirts at Hot Topic.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah,
big
that was
deal.
so much fun.
I
Oh
remember
my God,
the
everything
video.
is fun. If you had one bad experience in your life, it's like annoying already.
We're getting to that.
Oh God, fine. I'm
Now,
waiting.
now this is just another question because I think it's very interesting, this whole YouTube fame thing and all these fandoms, and it's very, very weird. But you were in YouTube before there was like fandoms. It was kind of
Yeah,
like early
definitely.
on. So your fans were just kids who enjoyed your videos. Nobody was like, I would kill somebody to meet Fred. Like,
Yeah.
it was like kind of normal. So what are your thoughts on YouTube nowadays, and does it scare you a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely took like a break from YouTube, like subconsciously, because I was like busy working on TV projects and stuff. But when I started like going on YouTube like really regularly again, like I think it was like a year and a half ago when I started like looking at my subscriptions and all that. I was like, oh my gosh, it's changed so much. But like, I like it. I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's like kind of like, I don't know. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but I do like the direction it's going in with like the fandoms and everything.
But do you think it's at some point? So here's my thing. This is why I'm bringing this up. So Super Mac, I brought him up on the
Super
last
Mac.
podcast.
Oh my God, where'd he go? Does he still make videos?
So that's where I was getting to. So he was really huge.
Yeah, I loved his videos.
I looked up yesterday. I'm like, where'd he go? And then he stopped making YouTube videos. He's like working at Michael's now. He's like totally out of it. And it made me really sad because I was like, oh wow, like that's gonna happen 5 years from now with some of these current YouTubers. Like you never know. In 5 years, Joey Graceffa might be working at Michael's. Who fucking knows? I mean, I don't think he will because he'll be living with me.
I was gonna say, are you gonna? He'll be fine.
I feel like all these young YouTubers coming up right now are confused and they don't know that it's going to go away eventually.
Yeah, I think you have to just be really smart with it. Because, I mean, if you do the same, like if I would have just kept doing Fred videos, I for sure would be like still be irrelevant right now. Because, I mean, obviously I can only do that for so long.
Right.
But I mean, I feel like with you, like you've done it so like really in a smart way because you're still like super relevant on YouTube and it's been so long. So you just always are like changing things.
You have to keep evolving with it. Like
like you don't just do the same format
I think
each
you have
week.
to do a lot of collabs with like people that are, you know what I mean? That and just like that's how you kind of get new audience and like all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because I even notice that when I watch YouTube videos, like I'll like really love someone's YouTube channel, but then like 10 weeks in, I'm like, oh, it's still the same thing. Like I don't really want to keep watching.
Yeah, and then you're over it. So now, my last question about the whole Fred thing. I'm looking through my notes. This is very professional. Okay. So looking back, you did how many Fred movies?
3.
Wow.
Now, because what is your goal, your ultimate plan 5 years from now? What do you want to be doing?
I just want to keep creating and like performing. I think it'd be like my ultimate career goal is like really like high, but my ultimate career goal is to like own my own production company. I think that'd be so cool.
Nice.
Like if it was like internet, TV, movies, like all of it, and I get to like oversee it and like help people with their ideas and have my own ideas and make things. I think that'd be really cool to do that. But I don't know. I mean, as far as like short term, I'm just like really focusing on YouTube right now and like seeing what the next thing will be.
Now, so is it like your Fred channel, like that's dead, right? You're like not doing anything on that one anymore?
Yeah, I'm not. There's actually like an announcement with the Fred channel, but I don't think I can talk about it yet. But
I'm
well,
sorry.
I'm not doing
you might be. When is the announcement? Because by the time this comes out, you might be.
I'm not sure. I don't know when they're releasing it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, the truth is, Fred is gonna die on camera.
Right.
I know that was floating around a bit. People were like, I remember somebody came to me and they were like, hey, do you want to take over the Fred channel? I'm like, why? What would I do? And they're like, you could play Fred and then kill yourself. And I'm like, I don't know if that's...
I think that really was. I think that somebody did come to us.
No,
with
I think
that.
like that was last summer. They were like, Lucas, like if you don't want to do any, because they kept wanting me to do more Fred videos, and I was like, you guys, like it's just embarrassing at this point. Like I'm not gonna do more Fred videos. And they were like, oh, we have to do one last like really epic Fred video with a bunch of people, different people from YouTube, like Jenna Marbles and Shane Dawson, and they'll like all be trying to kill you, and then at the end you die or whatever. And I like kind of played around with the idea, but then I was like, no, like I don't want little kids to see Fred die.
No, I don't think he should die. I think in my head, Fred right now is
like I don't want him to die because like when I'm 40, I might want to bring the character back and see where he's at that point.
Yeah, why does he have to die?
I mean, I think when he's 40, it'll be really entertaining.
So true. Well, on that note, let's move on to the hot story right now. Literally, you were on E! News.
It was so weird.
Perez Hilton. Have you ever met Perez?
I think I like really briefly met him at the Kids' Choice Awards. But I don't think he knew who I was.
Better watch out. I'm just throwing out.
Have you met him?
No, I've never met. I'm just saying he would eat you up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was on every single news story. So what prompted you to do this?
Why now?
Yeah, why now?
I didn't really plan it, to be honest. Like last week at this time, I wasn't like, oh, this Tuesday I'm going to release a coming out video. I just knew I was going to make a question and answer video.
Did you hear Katy Perry's Roar? And you're like, you know what? I'm inspired.
No, I mean, I said in the video, I've been out to like my family and friends since I was like 18 or 17.
I like how you act like that was like a decade ago. He's like, for the past 2 months, I have been out and proud.
So I mean, like, I just always like kind of thought like everyone just like kind of knew I was gay. That I just hadn't really commented on it. But then I did this question and answer video, and like every single question was, "Are you gay? Are you gay?" And I was like, "What the hell? Like, I guess I'll answer it." So it's not even a big deal.
Did you get any backlash from like your representatives and all these things?
No, like everyone was super happy with it,
Yeah.
and I think like as far as like my fan base went, like everyone was super accepting. I mean, obviously on the video, there's like lots of like religious freak like psychos like commenting all this stuff, but
Yeah.
Which in all honesty is just ridiculous.
I was gonna say, well, you are gonna go to hell anyway. So, I mean, like,
obviously
it's
I'm going to
not
hell.
like-
If there's a
like-
Jesus, I'm going to hell.
like,
I've
it's
accepted
like-
it.
I mean, we get it. Like Fred gets it. Like he's gonna go to hell.
I tried the reform camp. It
He
didn't
tries-
work. I'm still
Sure.
gay.
He's still gay.
So
Now, how did your family feel about it? Were they just like, oh my god?
they were super about the video.
Yeah.
Oh, about the video. Yeah, they were super happy about it. I hadn't really told anyone I was going to do it. Like I didn't told like any of my managers or like even I told my mom, but I hadn't really told anyone else in my family because I didn't want anyone to be like, "Oh, like maybe you should wait," or like this isn't the proper time. And I was like, I don't want anyone convincing me not to do it, so I'm just going to do it.
Right.
I think it's exciting because I think it's a new time in YouTube. I know when somebody like Tyler Oakley can be like as popular as he is, and it's all because he's funny, and it has nothing to do with the fact that these girls want to fuck him, and it's all about his personality. I think that's exciting that a YouTuber could be out and still be super fucking relevant and still have just as many rabid fans as somebody like a Joey or some hot guy or whatever. I think it's cool, and I was excited.
I really wanted to do it like in a casual way too. Like I didn't want like I've seen like I watched like a coming out video where like people are like crying and it's so dramatic, and I was like, oh, like I just don't really feel like sad about it, so I'm just gonna be casual.
I thought it was funny when what's her name, Jenny. Shit. Jenny, that's what I meant. When you were like, she was like, I need to make a video about like coming out as straight. Like, I think it's kind of funny. It's like totally. It's like I want everybody to know.
Just to let you know.
I like penis. Like, you know what I mean? But
I'm excited though that it's kind of like you said, it's revitalized. Is that a word? Yeah. I think I learned that word
Revitalized.
when I worked
like
at Jenny
it.
Craig.
Revitalize
your ass.
That sounds like
it revitalized. It really like
Jenny Craig word.
It's changing you as a YouTuber, and it's putting you in a whole different like I said, you're like a real person now, and I'm excited to see what you do next.
I bet you might get opportunities, like, cause I imagine that people are asking you to do certain things as a result of this already.
I'm sure Perez Hilton's asking him.
I'm sure Perez Hilton's asking you a lot of different things.
Yeah, I mean, I was just really happy with the response. Like, honestly, when I made the video, I didn't really think anything of it, to be honest. Like, I was like, oh, like, people are probably gonna, like, think it's, like, they're gonna be, like, curious or whatever, but I never thought it would get to, like, the level it did, and I didn't really think about it like helping other like young like gay or lesbian or bisexual people, but I mean I think it has. I've gotten a lot of tweets from people and
let's be honest, isn't bi just like the one stop away from gay town? I mean, like,
no, I think it might be. I don't know for sure, but I like remember I considered myself bi for like 3 months.
Every guy friend of mine that's been like, I want you to know I'm bisexual, I'm like, all right, we'll just wait.
I just remember that interview where I had Shanae interview you, and literally all I had a little piece of paper, and all I had written down was don't talk about gay. Just don't, because I was so terrified I was going to slip and say
that was nice of you.
Unusually, right?
I know, right? Because all I wanted to do was be like, girl, just tell me. Girl. Just tell me right here, right now.
Girl.
So I went on.
You want to get that opportunity to ask him right now?
Girl, it's Shanae. She's here right now.
Oh, Shanae just hopped in.
Girl. I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, I
think that was most of America's reaction.
That's the only thing similar between me and America. We all knew Lucas Cruikshank was gay. Wait a minute, how do you say your last name?
Cruikshank.
Cruikshank.
Yeah, Cruikshank.
So I've been saying it wrong. You know
what do you say?
Cruikshank.
Oh, yeah.
You know
why would you say that?
You know the ongoing joke is that every time I'm in somebody else's video and they say like, oh, say your name, I always say I'm Lucas Cruikshank.
I've seen that so many times. My little brother's like obsessed with YouTube. Like he watches like every single video of everyone, and he's always like, oh, Shane Dawson talked about you, and like I was like, what did he say?
I always say my whole ongoing joke is that you're a billionaire and that you're living the fucking dream.
Which,
and that
by the way,
we all wish we were you.
These legs, I think he is.
Oh yeah, he is. Yum. No, so that's why I'm constantly saying that my name is Lucas Cruikshank, because it's a dream.
What kind of name is Cruikshank?
I think it's German or like Scottish or something.
Cruikshank.
It sounds like one of your ancestors.
Oh my god! When I
tried to kill one of mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I just said his name like that, did you get scared?
Yeah,
Cruikshank.
Yeah, I definitely felt like oppressed.
All right, it's time. I went on Twitter and I asked you guys what you wanted me to ask Lucas Cruikshank. And all the questions was ask him if he's gay, and I'm like, I mean, we already kind of
guys, we know. Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I thought this was kind of funny. What's her name? Muslim? It's definitely not her name. I can't read my writing. Melon. I'm gonna go with Melon. Her name is Melon. She said, if you had to be any internal organ, what would it be?
Ooh,
internal organ.
Lucas. I guess I would be the stomach. Can I eat all that food? Yummy. I don't know. I can't.
Well, you're not really eating all that food. You're like digesting it.
I'm turning it into nasty things.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. I could do that.
All right. Perfect.
Great.
Thank you, Melon. Now, this one I'm excited about is from Jesse, and it says, did you get any Hollywood friends / have you lost any friends?
Ooh.
So when this
Since the coming out video?
No.
Just
Since
general.
being a huge famous person.
Who are your Hollywood friends? Go.
Yeah, like did you ever go to Hollywood parties?
I've been to a few, but I mean, I feel like most of my friends are kind of like just like up and coming actors, and I'm still friends with like people I've worked with, but I mean, I'm not really like close friends with them. And as far as losing friends, I guess I have lost a couple of friends like from Nebraska because like I guess like it kind of just got weird for them or something.
Does your family still live there?
No, my family actually lives like an hour away in Diamond Bar.
Oh.
So yeah.
So you never go back there then?
Well, I still have two sisters back there, so I do go back sometimes. I mean, I still have lots of friends there. I've just like lost some friends because like they got kind of like creepy after everything happened.
Like, what does that mean? Be more specific.
I don't know. They would like treated me like a different person or something. Like I wasn't just like the person who they knew before.
Just like Lulu.
I wasn't just Lulu.
You were just Lulu, girl.
So I was like, I can't be friends with
That's
them.
all you is.
All right, and the last question from Twitter is the one that everybody's asking, and it's really annoying, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Gabriella wants to know, who is your favorite One Direction member?
My favorite One Direction member?
Yes.
I like how you're so annoyed when you ask it.
Because it's fucking... Guys, can we just fast forward to 2 years from now when nobody cares?
I'm there.
I'm still gonna care.
No, you're not.
Zayn, for sure.
He just got engaged to some girl I read.
Who looks
Yeah.
normal. I'm excited about
They're
that.
both like 19. Good luck.
I know, but I love Zayn. He's like the bad boy of the group.
Wait a minute. Serious question, because I'm going to get hate from all the Direction kids for saying that in 2 years nobody's going to care. I'm just being real.
I mean,
Because...
there's evidence.
Did you like the Jonas Brothers?
I did, and now I guess no one
care.
cares. I
So
don't
I'm
care.
just saying, guys, in 2
By
years
the way,
from now...
I think I've mentioned this before. Shane does still care about the Jonas Brothers. I once saw them all.
Do you watch Married to Jonas? Don't you?
No, I can't.
Fully watches it. I
No.
watched that one a little bit actually, but I saw them all in the airport, and I literally text Shane, and he's like, "Oh my god, get pictures of them, get pictures of them," and I'm like creepily.
No, I like
following
creepishly
them.
took a picture of Nick Jonas
Totally.
once. Like once they're like
Wait,
they
did
already
you
had peaked.
take that shirtless picture?
That was me.
That was from your perspective?
That was and I mean this in the best way, the gayest picture I've ever seen in my life.
The best part of the gayest picture, that Nick Jonas shirtless picture. First of all, I saw it when he first posted it because I'm following him on
What
Instagram.
was the caption?
Okay, so first of all, the caption was, "I normally don't do this, LOL." And it was him shirtless. And then after it started getting pressed, he changed the caption to, "I normally don't do this, but I want to stick up for all the other kids out there with diabetes who don't know if they can get a six-pack."
jeez.
And I was like, so now he's like, and I was like, shut the fuck up. You did it because you were like, hey, I have sexy
I don't. Why
abs.
did it get so much press though? Because hasn't he always been muscular? Or is
Because
this a new
it was
thing?
like it wasn't just shirtless. It was like
It was like sexy.
you got
trying
that
to be
like you got that
sexy.
like.
But first
that
of all,
area down
I have
below.
been dabbling with that face tuning app on the iPhone.
face tuning.
Oh my god, it's amazing. Auto tuning for faces. You can make every person on
Why did we
Instagram.
invent this?
Every
So
person on
good.
Instagram does not look like that in real life. They fucking make their eyes bigger. They make their mouths wider. Like
You
they
can do that?
Yeah, I'll show
Like
you later.
Photoshop.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, so he did it like crazy. Like he has a glow over him. If you look at that picture, it's so face tuned. It's insane. And I'm like,
Can you
how
just
is he?
imagine? Let's just
God.
take a moment. So he's sitting there at home, right? And
Yeah.
he's like all this. Maybe he's about to get in the shower, and then he is like, you know what? Oh, hot. And then he like takes this picture. By the way, he took like 5 of them to get that exact one.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say
then
everyone takes photos like
Yeah.
that, just no one posts.
And then
them.
he like goes and he sits down in a corner and like face grams it for an hour. I mean, this is this is what happened. And then he
What
like
else is he gonna do?
nothing. But I just like I feel like people don't actually think about like what actually transpired.
Have you ever taken a picture of yourself when you got out of the shower, just for fun to look at it?
No, actually,
You have.
I've
my
looked
God.
at myself.
No, when I get
For
out of the
sure.
shower, I'm so red, and I'm just that's like
No,
the worst part of my day.
I will look at myself naked, but I don't think I've ever taken a picture of
Neither
it.
have I either.
Totally, no, never.
Well, perfect. Speaking of sexy naked bodies, I am going to call my mom, and she's going to have the last question of the day. Are you nervous?
I'm excited.
Get ready for this. All right, you guys, here we go. I am dialing. What do you think my mom is doing right now?
There's definitely dogs in the room. So whatever it is, it definitely has to do with dogs.
Lotion.
There's lotion. There's dogs. There's a Bible.
Ew.
What? She likes the Bible.
Okay, Mom, I am here with Lucas Cruikshank.
Hey, Shane's mom.
Gosh. Hi, Lucas.
How are you?
I just remember when you came to the house and you had to deal with Shanae.
I remember that too. That was an interesting day.
You kind of left looking traumatized.
It was almost like, you know, like on the news when those rape victims came out of that cave.
I was like, I was so scared to see how it was going to be
The
edited.
ones that were locked up for 10 years.
Gosh. Oh, Lucas, I'm a huge fan. I think you're so talented.
Oh, thank you. I'm a huge fan of you.
Oh, stop it.
I love seeing your appearances in Shane's videos.
Say that again, honey.
Oh, he
I-
said he loves you, Mom.
Yeah, I love you.
But Mom, stop.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
get ideas, Mom. He's out now, so there's no chance for you and him.
I would go straight for your
That
mom.
is the story of my life.
All right, Mom. What's your question?
Okay. I love your video with Jenny.
Oh,
How
thank
to Give
you.
Yourself a man. And I have to tell you, when you told her that she's too picky, I thought, oh my gosh, that is exactly me. So how do I not be picky?
How do you not be picky? Well, in the video, I was telling Jenny she was picky because she wouldn't date this guy at Taco Bell who like is in love with her, and there's also this guy at Starbucks who like always is asking for a number, and she's like, I don't want to
So
date
you mean
them.
she has standards? Okay.
So I'm like, maybe you should just drop that. Like maybe Dwayne from Taco Bell who makes our burritos is actually a really cool guy. You have to give people a chance.
So, Mom, you heard it, Mom. You have to
Okay.
go to Taco Bell. And you have to get a guy named Dwayne to give you his number.
Do it.
But by the way, I knew somebody that used to work at Taco Bell, and they would tell me what they did behind the scenes. And I
Oh
don't
my, don't tell me. I eat there all the time.
All right, Mom. I love you,
I love you, Lucas.
I love you. Nice talking to you.
and we're gonna all come over pretty soon for some Taco Bell.
Heck yes.
Okay.
Okay, I love you.
Also known as diarrhea.
Stop it.
Sorry.
Taco Bell
this-
might be a sponsor.
This
one
is
day.
my opinion. Nobody else's.
I heard that if Taco Bell follows you on Twitter, you get free Taco Bell for life. They're
that-
only following like 10 people.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're following me.
Are they really?
Yeah, we tweet back. We direct message.
Oh my
back and forth.
God. They're following you.
This
Get
is
free
not-
Taco Bell.
This is not a good idea.
This is so not a
This
good
is
idea.
like a horrible idea. Don't tell him that.
All right, so of course the final part of the show is when I go to sdarmy.com, my little creepy little website, and I read your guys' comments. So if you go to on that website, there's a section called the Shane and Friends podcast. You can leave a comment there and I'll read it. Okay, so this one is from Kitty is a Fat Lord.
Yes, she is.
And it says, Shane and Lauren never fail to make me laugh, whether I'm at home or on the toilet. I love to listen to it.
I hear you,
And
girl.
Lauren is the funniest Jew ever.
Oh, that you know what? Saying the funniest Jew is a huge compliment.
I know,
'cause
Hitler was hilarious.
He wasn't Jewish. That was the
He
whole
wasn't?
point.
Oh, that's right. Well,
We are a funny people. Okay, moving on.
okay. Last one is from the Withering Owl. Yikes.
creative username.
I'm guessing this one's going to be sad. No, I use the bathroom whenever I listen to the podcast. Sad face. So
So we've inspired.
Everyone's just listening
By
to
the
this
way,
while going to the bathroom.
We've created a market. People they didn't understand that there's a huge empty time in people's lives that there could be entertained. We've found that
Seriously.
time on the toilet and we are entertaining
you know
the
what?
masses.
I actually do listen to podcasts when I'm shitting too.
It's a thing to
See?
do. When else are you going to do it?
I mean,
What else? All right, you guys. So what is your Twitter?
My Twitter is Lucas Cruikshank.
Spell it.
Lucas, Lucas, and then Cruikshank.
And your YouTube.
lost
My
me, like,
YouTube
a second.
is youtube.com/Lucas, and I make videos every Tuesday and Thursday.
Oh wow, that's a schedule.
Yeah, let's
Good
do
for
it.
you. What's coming out soon? Are we going to do a collab?
We should do a
we
collab.
allowed?
Me and Jenny want to raid your room, do
Oh my
room
God.
raiders.
Oh my God. Wait, are we really allowed to collab?
Yeah.
I feel like I always get
Why wouldn't we
nervous.
be able to?
I don't know. I feel like I feel like at one point in time we weren't allowed to because of Nickelodeon.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, that was true. They're like, I couldn't tweet about the interview with Shanae.
Wait a minute. What happened to Marvin Marvin?
It got canceled.
Did you like that show?
I think it was fun doing it. I mean, I knew it was going to get canceled, but I mean, I had
Really?
fun for
Why
the
did you
time
know?
being. Just because you can just kind of tell when you're on set if something's going to get canceled. Like, it was super fun. Like, I liked doing it.
Wait, what does that
And-
mean? Does people just say like this isn't going?
Like, remember,
well?
like, the last episode, everyone was like, usually they're like, oh, can't wait to see you guys season 2. And they were like, good luck with the rest
pack
of your
up
life.
your shit.
They were like, Lucas, like, you have to clean out your dressing room. Like, you painted it, but, like, you need to paint it back to white.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well,
I mean, it was kind of a relief. I mean, I had so much fun working with Nickelodeon, but, like,
Time to grow
I have
up.
to have my
You
we
gotta
can't
grow-
stop moment, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Oh my God.
Well, on that note, guys, can't wait to have a We Can't Stop moment with Lucas. Hope you had fun hanging with us. We had fun hanging with you, and we will see you next time.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.